Hi everybody, welcome back to another stream. Hope you're all doing good. Great timing, I just started to play through this. Nice. Good to see Zetara and Scorpio and Lonely Harmonia as well. Yeah, so I tested this yesterday to see if multiplayer was possible, and it worked pretty well. So I thought it's another Phantasy Star game to add into the rotation we can do. I have played this game quite a lot. Hi, Miss, good to see you. Need to go out, but I'll lurk in the meanwhile, no worries. I'm just going to adjust the volume a little bit. I think that should be a bit better. It plays like a modern game, just portable and really enjoying it. I would genuinely say that Infinity is one of the best online Phantasy Star games. I mean, PSO GameCube will always be like my favourite for the online games just because it's where I started and what I put the most time into. But this is legitimately an amazing game. Like, the amount of stuff they got in this game for a PSP game is ridiculous. Even I mean, honestly, the base game PSP2 is really, really good. But Infinity is just on another level. And it is criminal they never brought it outside of Japan. But yeah, this will actually be the first time I've streamed Infinity, or PSP2 for that matter. Hey Drac, good to see you. We'll wait for this one too, no worries. Have to set it up sometime. Yeah, I mean, me and Pika managed to set it up really, really quickly yesterday. It really wasn't hard to set up at all. It was just a couple of settings in the emulator and that was it. We had a little bit of an issue with like forming a party at first, but after that, it's fine. I wouldn't be able to be the same level as you. I have a level 5. I have characters of all sorts of levels in this. I put a lot of time in this game, so... In general, I love the PSP Phantasy Star games. Yeah, they're all pretty solid, honestly. Yeah, I will play on Taker today, and then if people want to do low level stuff, that's fine as well. Now, I don't know if there's anyone around for the multiplayer yet. We'll see. So what I'll do is I'll probably open a lobby. If you are using the PPSSPP emulator, there is a way to actually connect to it online. You just need to set the wireless on. And there's not much else you need to do to it, honestly. What I will do is, so I'll set a multi-mode party going for now. If no one joins it initially, then I'll just do some solo stuff. Then later on we can go back to multiplayer. We need a Phantasy Star Universe Legacy Collection with all the PSU and PSP stuff in one. That would be really cool. Hey Pika, good to see you. Were you available, Pika, for multiplayer, or I'm happy to do single player if you're not? Yeah, this game, if you are not familiar with it, give me some time, no worries. Yeah, what I'll do is I'll show you the sort of single player mode then first. And then just let me know when you're ready and we can set some multiplayer up. I had a thing we used for Infinity multiplayer, just don't remember where it is now. Yeah, basically the way it works is it uses the multi-mode instead of the internet multi-mode. So in Infinity you had a fully functioning online internet multiplayer. With the emulator, you basically set it up so that you can use the WLAN multiplayer, essentially. So you're basically spoofing like a wireless LAN connection. What's my favourite character in this game? I mean, I really like Force just because Force feels really overpowered. I like most of the classes, honestly. I've played a lot of them. But yeah, I think what I'll do first is I will show you guys the one-player mode. So what this game is, if you are not familiar with it, there was the original Phantasy Star Portable for PSP that released everywhere. And then there was a sequel, which was PSP2, which featured Emilia as the main protagonist. For reasons I don't know, they then made another version, which is this one, with another story mode, with another protagonist character, that then only released in Japan. Thankfully, there's a big amount of fan support for this game, and there is a full translation. So normally Infinity would be entirely in Japanese, but there is a full English translation for it, for the story and everything. Same reason as to why there's two God Eater ones on PSP, mostly fixes and changes. That's fine. The thing that's confusing though is just why Infinity was only released in Japan and nowhere else. It's weird that they released PSP2 worldwide and then only released Infinity in Japan. I mean, it's not the first Phantasy Star game where they've only released it in Japan. But yeah, so I mean, it takes place in the same place as PSP2. You're still in Clad 6. It also basically killed Phantasy Star in the West. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, because realistically, so after PSP2, the next Phantasy Star game we got in the West will have been what? Was it PSO2 when that got released in the West in like 2020? I guess outside of like the classic games being on the Sega Mega Drive collections. Yeah, so you basically went from what, about 2009 until 2020 with no Phantasy Star. This franchise deserves better. Yeah, thanks Sega. I mean, at least we have Phantasy Star back in the West now. But yeah, this functionally is very, very similar to PSP2. It's based on the same engine and everything. But there is some extra stuff in this. So one of the big differences with PSP2 Infinity is you have this thing called Rebirth. So Rebirth is a system where you can basically reset your character to level 1 at any point. I think you have to be at least level 50. But you can reset your character to level 1, and it basically gives you like slightly improved stats and everything when you re-level again. You can also get abilities you can add to your class and everything. So it adds a lot of replayability to the game. Yeah, so you can see there, so if I was going to Rebirth there, I could increase my stats by this. Based on the points I've got available. It's really, really cool. I'm not going to do it now because I'm level 197, and if I'm going to Rebirth, I may as well wait until 200. We just added a lot more like playability to the game. You do also have the abilities. I can't remember if these are in PSP2 base game or not, honestly. But there's a lot of different abilities you can add to your class. This honestly reminds me a little bit of the ability system in PSU. Experience rates also increase with Rebirth. Possibly. I will say it's been a long time since I played the game seriously, so I was trying to remember exactly what was what with the game. But yeah, you can add all sorts on here. I don't know why I don't have Rare Drop Boost on. Why would I not have that? What do I have? 2 Scape Dolls. Yeah, I mean, reducing PP consumption on text seems important. Infinity is so good, second only to PSO for made the online games. I'd probably agree with that. Yeah. Hey, Button, good to see you. Also, the more times you Rebirth, the more experience you get, so you can get back to 200 quicker. Okay. Just a tip, lower the volume when you start the game. Yeah, I don't know why it's like that. For some reason, the title screen music on Infinity is mega loud. I just watched another playthrough of Phantasy Star 1, and the person who played it finished it in the same way that you did, and that Odin and Noah were dead, and Meow got the finishing blow on Dark Falls. Maybe Meow really is the MVP. Exactly. You got blasted once you opened the game. Yeah, I don't know why the title screen is so loud. Dark Falls is allergic to alien cats, confirmed. Maybe. Yeah, aside from that, it's quite similar to PSP2. It's basically PSP2 just with a lot more. And I will say, if you are the kind of player who likes playing these games to go and hunt rares, this is the game for you. PSO is great for, obviously, this game has a ton of stuff to hunt. Like, to a ridiculous level. So you still have the same room system as PSU, more or less. It also has some enemies from other Phantasy Star games. So, you know, Garans. We have a mother from PS0. Well, I mean, this is why I like it so much. So if we go into weapon log, you can see, I mean, I've collected a fair amount of the weapons. There's still quite a lot I'm missing. There's a lot. I mean, this is just swords that I've found. That's just swords. Also, just point out, I do have a CLJ sword in this. You can't unseal it in this. Which is a shame. Question is there any documented chance percentages for rare drops? There is a PSP2 wiki. They might be on there. Yeah, SGS and this is really terrible. There is another sword you can unseal though. The giant tuna from Power Stone, I do. Where is it? There is another sword. Oh yeah, Yona Harte is there as well, by the way. And Milius Breaker. There's quite a few PS0 weapons actually. Yeah, that is the unsealable sword. That is essentially the Infinity version of Tsumakura J sword. There is a wiki, but sometimes it's down, yeah. They could have done the same with the meat weapons. As you upgrade it, you have a chance to break the weapon, or if you fully upgrade it without breaking it, gets unsealed. Yeah, there is meat weapons. There you go. Yeah, Excalibur's from the Fate crossover. It's not that Excalibur. Although that Excalibur from PSO is in the game. Can't remember if I've got it. Oh yeah, there's Uro Jagato. Oh, it also has Elcidian from Phantasy Star 4. Yeah, it's the Visiphone, yeah. So they've used the Visiphone terminology for a long time. It kind of started with Phantasy Star 2, but they've used it in a lot of the games since. And there you go, there's Lambda Caliber, which is not at all Lambda Agent. Excalibur in PSP2 is actually invisible and only shows a wind or lightning aura when swung and only becomes visible with photon arts. Nice. Yeah, you can't unseal it because there's like a separate weapon. I think there's a twin saber that has both, if I remember correctly. Yeah, there you go. There's a twin saber that has both. Also, you know, twin Lavis. I have quite a lot of these stuff in this game. I have played this game a lot. I think this character has about 700 hours, so... It is a lame detergent, it is. But yeah, absolute ton of gear in this game. So if you're the kind of person who loves hunting gear, brilliant game for it. Show the real handguns, okay. Where are they? I'm sure I've got them. There you go. Multiplayer does work, yeah. You have to set it up in an emulator, and you basically use the wireless LAN to kind of spoof a wireless LAN instead of doing the actual internet multiplayer, but you can do it. We're probably going to do it in a little bit, actually. Yeah, also, I have Twin Heaven Punishers. I need to install that mod that Pika sent me to get them to do Divine Punishment all the time, but... I mean, the stuff in this game doesn't feel as rare as PSO. Spoofing with 0 tier, or is there a new method now? I just use, so the emulator I use is PPSSPP. And I basically just enable it in the wireless settings there. That's the way I do it. Do you want to be host? I can do. Are you ready to do multiplayer now? Exactly, I'm happy to host a game. Yeah, also, it has Hatsune Miku, because of course it does. Oh yeah, I also have Meow decorations. I know we talked about Meow a little while ago, so there you go. You're waiting? Cool, I'll be out in a minute. I'll just want to show this because I don't think people realise this about Infinity unless they've played it or seen footage of it. So it has quite a lot of bosses from PSU. Also has this guy. And if you think Olga Flow is difficult in PSO, he's a real problem in this game. Yeah, well, since Pig is ready, what I'll do is I will quit out and we can get a multiplayer game going. Is Hatsune Miku and NGS Origin now a relic of the past? There hasn't been an official collab in NGS for Miku, but there was stuff in PSO2. Yeah, there was stuff in base game PSO2, which you can then use in NGS. There is an achievement for perfect guarding his falling sword after the battle. Nice. Oh yeah, it's a way better fight than Darfall's Dios. Yeah, Dios is just... oh. Alright, so let's try this and see if it works. So inevitably, now I'm streaming, it probably won't. I believe the server is it SOCOM.cc? Yeah, SOCOM.cc. Okay, so I will form a party. Oh yeah, also make sure that if you are using PPSSPP, that you're on the latest version. Otherwise it doesn't work. I'll leave it open for a minute or two, see if anyone else jumps in. There will be a little bit of jank with this because there is some Japanese content that hasn't been translated properly. So it's mainly things like download weapons that aren't showing up properly for me yet. I need to sort that out. That's not a big deal. But yeah, as for who might like this game, I think that if you like any of the the Goral system games, so if you if you played PSU and you like that, or any of the other Portable games, you will probably really like this. May join next time you stream. Looks cool based on what I saw yesterday. It's really, really good. Like, to me, it kind of feels like the best evolution of like the PSU era games. Yeah, so I'll give it another minute or so and then we can get started. But then once we've started though, if anyone does want to join, just let me know. I'm happy to remake if we need to. But it's a real shame though that Sega never brought this over to the West. I mean, we didn't miss out entirely because PSP2 base game on its own is a very, very good game. But just Infinity just pushed everything to the next level. Kind of want a collection of those games. It would be really cool to have one. It's the unfortunate thing about these games that tend to get released and then just never really touched again. Mind, I will say, there was a thing announced recently by Sega called Sega Universe. And what it's doing is it's an initiative where they are looking at games that have major anniversaries coming up. So for this year, they are going to focus on games that have an anniversary in 2026. There was quite a few of their old retro titles. And they're going to do new things for those games. Now, whether it's actually new games or not, or just other things for the franchise. But they're basically focusing on games that have an anniversary in 2026. Would have been very nice to have this last year when PSO had a 25th anniversary, but, you know. But what I'm hoping is that maybe for next year, for 2027, that would be the Phantasy Star 40th anniversary, so maybe they'll do something then. PPSSPP website doesn't work without a VPN. Oof. Well, what I'll do for now is I will start this for now. If anyone in chat does want to join later, just let me know, and I will happily remit a lobby. Right, hopefully this works. This is where it all fell down yesterday when we tried it first time. Oh. Now will it load? PSO episode 3, 25th in 2028, yeah? You never know. Remake for episode 3. There we go. It's worked. You've got your level 4 character you can waltz in with. I mean, I'm cool doing whatever. I mean, since we're in this game now, I'll do at least 1 or 2 runs with Pika, and then we could always make another lobby if you want to later. Also, does it have classes like PSO? Yes, it does. Yeah. I'll show you that now, actually. Yeah, so they're called types. There is only a few, so you only have Hunter, Ranger, Force, and Vanguard. Vanguard / Braver, depending on which version you're playing. They renamed it in Japanese. But the really cool thing about this game is you can do what's called Extend Type. What this allows you to do is spend points that you earn. I believe you get more points as you level your class up, I believe. And you basically spend those points to add other weapons to your class. So for example, I'm playing Force at the minute, but let's say I want to use a laser cannon as well for some reason. I can just go, yeah, increase the rank on that, and now I can use C rank laser cannons. Then I can spend some more points to increase that to B rank laser cannons and so on. So you can basically customize your class however you want to. Similarly, I can then decrease the rank and get the points back. So it's really cool. You can basically just run whatever you want to. So I'm a force that can also use a sword, twin sabers, twin daggers, sabers, and a shield, as well as my force weapons. Yeah, the costs do get quite high, so it does cost a lot of points, particularly to get S rank weapons, but that's obviously to try and maintain some kind of balance. The extend points are type level based. Some types use more points to extend certain weapons, like Force needing more for most melee weapons, Vanguard for two-handed weapons, etc. Yeah. Yeah, so it will always be cheaper to level up weapons that kind of suit your class more. So if you want to level up, say if you were a Force and you could only use, for example, a rank wand, if you wanted to increase that wand to S rank, it would cost less points than, say, increasing a sword to S rank. Yeah, it's really cool. Another thing you can do is, and you can do this in PSP2 as well, but you can invite partners. Now, there are NPC partners, but you can also invite partners of your friends or even of your own characters. So you can say, these are all my other characters. So for example, let's invite that character. And she now joins the party. So they use a similar thing in PSO2 Classic, where you could invite essentially copies of your friends' characters. Alright, so we have quite a lot of missions. Most notable in Infinity is the Infinity missions, which are new to this, as the name suggests. So Infinity missions are basically a type of mission you can create by getting these things called mission codes, and they can determine the area that the mission takes place in, the enemies that show up, the boss that shows up, and it essentially allows you to customize a mission to your liking as well. So you can basically make a mission so that you can hunt a specific thing. It's crazy what you can do in this game. That's a good point, yeah. Can I invite them? Yes, you can see you've got all the characters here. Yeah. Play the story if you want to explain that one. Also, you can literally bring a rappy. And yes, there is Colonel Sanders. Of course. He travels around the galaxy providing delicious chicken. Let's bring him. And that is not someone's character. That is a legitimate NPC in Infinity. Phantasy Star is a serious franchise, damn it. Right, let's start with... We'll do an open mission first, just to get going. There's also two cats from a Sega collab. And are the two cats... Is it Toro and Kuro, the old PlayStation mascots? KFC is canon in the Phantasy Star universe. It is literally canon in this because you can go to a KFC branch. We actually, when we were testing this yesterday, we got the special WOB for the KFC branch. Right, let's start off. Let's do some new days to start. Why not? Sony killed them. Oof. And yes, if you're wondering, White Beast is in this game. Let's do... Yeah, I'll do this just because these are a weird boss. KFC is very popular in Japan for some reason. Yeah, there's kind of a thing in Japan where people tend to go to KFC at Christmas. Right, let's take Colonel Sanders along. You think you made it work? Nice. After this quest, then we can try reset if you want. Hi, Matt. Good to see you. So the actual combat in this is, as you would expect, very similar to base game PSP2, which itself is quite similar to PSU. You do have the addition of things like dodge rolls, which again were in PSP2, so you can actually evade things in this game. And we do have the chain system from PSP2 as well. But yeah, I wasn't kidding about Colonel Sanders. There you go. There he is. Sick dodge roll. It's funny how random food just sponsors games or animes, like the Domino assets in Code Vein or Pizza Hut in Code Geass. Main difference that Sazonda is so broken in PSP2 Infinity, it might as well be Phantasy Sazonda Portable to Infinity. Oh yes, that is why I play Force a lot, because Sazonda is ridiculously overpowered. But if someone saw the PSP2 Infinity wiki, some of the screenshots of mine are, oh cool. Thank you for doing that as well. I think keeping wikis for these kind of games is really important. Yeah, Sazonda, so it just kind of like juggles the hell out of everything and builds chain. It is ridiculously overpowered, and I'm not against it. You then break the chain by doing a different pier. So normally by doing like a triangle pier. But you will often just find that forces will just spam Sazonda on everything regardless of element because it's just so strong. I should stress you can also order your NPCs in this, if I remember how to do it. Yeah, you can basically like order your NPCs to do things like you can tell them to like hold onto their blasts. So if you got a cast, for example, with an ACV weapon, you can tell them to sort of hold onto that, and then you can tell them to release that blast on a boss, for example. It has juggle, stun lock, decent damage, multi-hit. It's offense, defense, and chain building all in one. It's hilarious. It is. You're playing, and I don't say this lightly, peak. It is peak. That's my force tactic in NGS during burst, hover and spam Zonda. I mean, that works in NGS as well. Yeah, again, like I mean, obviously I'll always prefer PSO because it's what I started out with. But this is definitely one of the best Phantasy Star games, for sure. Like for me, this is going to be controversial, but I would rather play PSP2 Infinity than PSO2. Don't get me wrong, I like PSO2, but not as much as this. At least Zondeal is no longer as prevalent in NGS as it was in Classic. Zondeal Tekka here. Yeah, I guess Zondeal was kind of the equivalent, wasn't it, in PSO2? Just Zondeal everything together and just obliterate everything at the same time. Maybe it changed later on, but I know definitely in the early days it was busted. It is very weird they added Colonel Sanders. I will never get over that. I also want to stress there are KFC weapons as well. You can get his like pimp cane as a weapon. You can also get ketchup and mustard bottles and other stuff as well. Yeah, I want to stress I'm not hating on PSO2. I like PSO2. For me personally, I had more fun with this game. Also, should say as well, if you're into the story, PSP2 Infinity has its own story as well. Ketchup and mustard were on 0 as well, nice. I mean, there are other attacks. I think most of the attacks are just ones from PSU. There is a few that I don't know if they're in PSU or not. So for fire, you have one called Full Verse. So Full Verse just surrounds you with fire, and if you run near an enemy, it hurts them. Never gotten a chance to play the translated story. I actually haven't either, actually. It was always fun to see people with low-spec PCs curse you out when you was on deal 30 enemies, and then one smacked them for hundreds of separate damage numbers at once. Yeah, I should rerun through the story again at some point, just to see what it's actually about in English. Because, I mean, I played this when it released years and years ago, but obviously it was on the actual PSP and it was only in Japanese. I basically use it as a way to kind of learn katakana. Zondiel and Rezondiel, however the simple compound name was peak, Sazonde is boring. I think everyone just uses it in PSP2 just because it is by far the easiest way of building chains. Especially at higher level stuff as well, because this game is actually really hard at high level. Like, things will kill you in like 2 hits. So having the ability to juggle enemies is really, really useful. Have we missed somewhere? Yeah, you do also still have the Mirage Blast. Oh, I should also, apparently, yeah, one of the other big additions in Infinity, I don't know how I could forget that. It added a new race. Yeah, so this was kind of the first game that had humans. You know, obviously Nagisa, the main lead, is one of them. And they had their own special ability called Infinity Blasts. I don't actually know if I've got a human character. Also, I do just want to say, the NPCs in this game as well are actually reasonably good. I mean, they'll still do stupid stuff like they will just stand in traps constantly. But if you get hurt, they will generally heal you. If you get a status effect, they will generally get rid of it for you, like that. If you play Infinity, you gotta try Infinity Blast. Wonder why it was never released in the States. If I recall, the reason for it not being released was the rampant pirating of PSP2. Oof. Never forget the floating Amelia. I think it was here where it happened, wasn't it? Yeah, I guess obviously the PSP was not particularly hard to pirate at the time, so... It's a shame though, but because of that, a lot of people missed out on this game. And as I've established quite a few times, it is one of the best Phantasy Star games, for sure. What I might do is when we remake the game, I might switch to another character just to try a different class out. You want to play this someday? It is so good. I mean, to be honest, even if you can just play the base game, PSP2, that is on its own a very, very solid game. But this is better. Yeah, I don't know why they thought having Sazonde be able to juggle enemies, do damage, and build chain was a good idea, but, you know. I mean, are any Phantasy Star games balanced? Probably not. It also stun locks non-juggable. Yeah, so if they for some reason can't be juggled, they just get stun locked instead. It is quite overpowered. I felt there's always something in one of the games that's kind of ridiculously OP. And this guy's a lot of health. Also, in this game, if you were not a fan of the synthesizing stuff in PSU, there's none of that in here. You just find everything. Am I playing with anyone, or are the servers up still? The servers, yeah. I don't think you can use the internet anymore as far as I'm aware. I could be wrong, but I very much doubt it. I can't remember how the internet actually worked for it back in the day. But the multiplayer is still available. You basically use an emulator. You basically spoof a wireless LAN. So the game basically thinks I'm playing like an offline multiplayer game at the minute. Is this game's equivalent to Ep 1 and 2 Spread Needle? I guess so. But probably even more broken. Nope, respawn. On the PSP2 Infinity Community Discord, they did find a way to use the internet co-op. It's just really unreliable now. Oh, cool. Hopefully, get sorted. Also, yeah, Irritista, by the way. They're not particularly rare in this. But yeah, I played this game so much back in the day. I mean, this character is literally my old PSP character. I've just taken the save file off the PSP. So this is the character I used for years. Colonel attack and Rappies, I mean, that seems perfect. We know why you're here. He's looking for another finger-licking good recipe. You always like the aesthetic of this mushroom forest area. Yeah, it looks really good. The only truly rare thing in PSP2 is a naturally dropped armor with 60 elements. Yeah, it is hard to get. Colonel Sanders ran out of chickens, so now he goes for the next best thing. Good thing he didn't go to Final Fantasy. Chocobos would be extinct by now. What PSU had the best music? I mean, PSU has the best music of the Graal games just because of the consoles it was on. Oh, we got a rare warp. Don't tell me it's another KFC. Do not tell me it is another. Oh no, it's a cake shop this time. So of course the Cake Sisters are here. I received a birthday candle. Thank you. It's not my birthday, but thank you anyway. Yeah, so of course, because it's a Phantasy Star, it has the cake shop. The Colonel invited you to dinner and now it's time for dessert. Right, what do you have? I think I have most of these. I will take a parfait shelf because I don't think I have one of those. But there are things like swords that are ice lollies and things like that. It's so difficult to find this in Zero for no reason. I'd like to buy something. Yeah, I've already got that. I mean, I guess I can show it for the stream, sure. And also give me a parfait shelf. It's basically just an opportunity to buy stuff. There is also a... I think there's like a stamp card. Yeah, so every time you visit, you get a stamp. And then when you get a certain number of stamps, you get a reward. So again, it incentivizes you to keep playing. Yeah, so the ice sword. Just to show you this. There you go. Literal ice lolly. It's not good. The cold animation is great. Yeah, PSP2, the only game where you can run around with Colonel Sanders and buy ice lollies. Yeah, there is a set for it, I think, isn't there? Right, let's actually put the good thing back on. Fun fact, in my country, vanilla ice cream with a stick like this shape is called Eskimo. Okay. Yeah, Phantasy Star games are always like this. Impending apocalypse on one side, ice cream swords and mustard guns on the other. Yeah, you are not wrong. You now got the actual boss. So having gone to, the cake shop. So these guys were in PSP2, I'm pretty sure. But I think I fought them in the story. I think they're ground element. You can also quick switch armors in this as well, which is nice. I mean, it's an interesting boss at least. Are you going to stay there? Because I want to use a Mirage Blast, but I don't want you to move. I'm just going to go for it. Also, the fact that Mirage Blast build chain is kind of absurd. Annoyingly, he keeps jumping out of the way. And I'm trying to do the chain on him. You hit this boss because of all the jumping, so it really is. Can you stop spinning? Only some Mirage Blast build chain. Oh, interesting. Lightning, Ice build chain, Fire and Earth break it. I didn't know that actually. Okay, so he's dead. So now his friend gets really angry about the whole thing. Like, you know, why'd you kill my bro? And he gets now mega angry. It would be nice if we would stop jumping away from me every time I try to break the chain. There we go. You can say a lot about this boss, but damn, that's what we call a bromance. Yeah. Oh, what is it? An Opus Ember. I mean, I'm never going to find really high level stuff here because of the enemy level, but yeah, we got something. Yeah, so I'll sell some stuff up, and then what I'll do is I'll remake the game. How's Clementine been lately? I've only played it a little bit recently. I played a little bit last during the Easter events. Seems fine when I've been playing it. It's still got a pretty healthy population. Alright, I'm just going to sell that sword because I know I've got another one. And same for that as well. Apparently still focused on endgame or beginner. I mean, they've made it a bit easier for beginners to get towards the endgame. You still have stuff like the Clem Camp, and there is kind of like the level up quest now, which do make it easier. That's only like an 11 star, isn't it? Yeah, that's a lot. I think we said earlier, what is your favourite anime? I'm not really someone who watches a whole lot of it. I would probably say it's an anime movie, but probably the original Ghost in the Shell. Colonel Stick sounds positively dirty. Alright, so I will make another lobby. Again, don't worry about your levels as well if you want to join. I'm fine with playing with anyone. I think for this, I have no idea what class she even is. I would assume she's melee. It's been so long since I played, I literally can't remember what she uses. Yeah, I'm going to go on her anyway and see what she has. You'll see if you can join, though you never tried it online. So if you've set it up in PPSSPP, you should see the WLAN wireless should be toggled on. It said Hunter 28 for a when chat partners. Thanks for that. And then what you want to do is you want to go into multi-mode, not internet multi-mode. And then I will form a party. Also, she seems really tall. I have no idea what this character even has, if she has any gear on her. We'll find out. So if it works, when you go and join party, you should see my character name in the list. Yeah, I suppose we're shared gear, isn't it? So if she doesn't have anything on her, I can just get some stuff out of the shared storage. Which is another great thing about this game, by the way. Your shared storage in this game has 2,000 slots. Imagine that in PSO. Also, thank you to everyone for watching as well. 2,000 slots, barely enough for all my OCs. Yeah, it makes PSO look like a bit of a joke with its, what is it, like 200 or so? I mean, to be fair, you know, in this game, realistically... Oh. Nice. Oh, cool, we've got 4, nice. I know the tower's only level 4, but that's fine. I'm not sure who the other person was, but hello. Yeah, so yeah, 20% of your slots will be skip dolls. Oh, it was you, Harmonia. It said leader turned off the party. I mean, I haven't. It's a good day to die, Cowabunga is. I'll have to see what we can do, because I know things do have like minimum character level requirements, but I'm happy to do some low level stuff as well. It's kind of odd how the story implies you're the Guardian from PSP1, but never really does anything with it, even if you carry over data. Even Vivian doesn't recognize you. Yeah, maybe she just got a bit of memory loss. Yeah, I'll just wait a bit and see if Harmonia can get back in. Again, this might be a little bit jank, because, you know, realistically it's not something you're meant to be able to do, but... Right, are we still in? I think we're still in. Let's start it while we can. Nope. Yeah, no. It just throws you out. That's very weird. Are you on the most up-to-date version of PPSSPP? Because I don't think it works properly if you're on different versions. Top 3 favourite Phantasy Star games. I would probably say... Probably this in 3rd. 2nd is probably PSO Episode 1 and 2 on GameCube. And 1st is probably Phantasy Star 4. I assume it's more because I'm from Russia. I mean, I'm not sure what the ping is going to be like, really. I mean, it's up to you. I mean, I'm happy for you to try again if you want to. But if you're on the latest version, it should... It's meant to let you play. It could just be a connection thing. Not just ping, but also Russia loves banning stuff. Okay. Yeah, we can go with 3 then. Right, fingers crossed this works. I've never tried it with 3 people. Well, it's loading. That's a good start. Okay, well, I am in. Pika's in. Zatara's in. Nice. Oh yeah, also, where is it? Is it this one? Or is it this one? Or is it this one? There we go. I knew the dance was somewhere. Can I do the PS0 thing though? Not really, that's like the best I can do. So thank you for the partner card. I will send you mine now. Okay, so what does this character have? Is she actually able to actually fight? Yes, that is the answer to that. Sometimes you really got to wonder who decided on the poses and emotes in these games. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, so you can see this weapon here is just showing us that in Japanese says download item. So some of the download items aren't working for me at the minute. I need to sort that out. Let's see my palette. Okay, well, I have download item equipped. I mean, I guess I can just replace that with a different weapon. Such as this handy Psycho Wand. I'm only using it for buffs anyway, so... Anti-rest Gel and Zalo, fine. The last ad is a minute and a half, Jesus. Okay, Resta on square, Anti on triangle, and then it was Gel and Zalo, I think. Jelen on R and square, and Zalo on R and triangle. Okay, now can I store that? Thank you. At least Psycho Wand in this game is not as infuriating to get as the one in PSO. I can't remember in this game though if Eternal Psycho Drive is in it or not. Which is like the upgraded Psycho Wand. Yeah, Hunter with Psycho Wand, exactly. Everything is normal. I need to see what I'm actually using on Hunter. So, Hunter stuff and a rod. It's a pain to get and you need to unseal it. Oh, brilliant. Yeah, I don't have that. Well, I can show you some of the other stuff. I mean, we're probably going to be doing quite low level stuff admittedly here because Zatara's only low level, but this is mainly just to show the game off anywhere. So the question is, what is a good mission to level Zatara? There is max attack. It's only level 5 monsters in C rank though. Goral Heroes. Leveling is generally done in Goral Heroes. Yeah, now to find Goral Heroes. Where is it? I can't remember what's in now. I've definitely seen it. I don't know if it's on this character or not. It's in Clad 6 Tactical. That's Fanta Quiz Battle. That is a maximum attack. That's max attack cross. I don't know if I have it on this character. Yeah, I'm sure I've got it. I think I might have it on the other character. So maybe it's just this character doesn't have it. I mean... Oh, that one. God, you need to be level 10 to do C rank. That's insane. It's on every character. Every character. I'm sure that when we played yesterday, it was there. Is the online basically dead unless you schedule with friends, or can you find people to play online? I would imagine it's probably very difficult to find someone. It's a super niche game as it is. We can do max attack. Fair enough. So we've got Famitsu max attack. That is level 5 enemies. Level 5s. That one has level 10s, so maybe that. Or 15s. Or 20s. Well, we can do that. That's level 20s. I should hopefully get Zatara some levels. Yeah, let's try that. Yeah, so if you're not there, I think it might be Zatara. You just need to come to the mission terminal when you're ready. It's kind of funny how PSU and Infinity play in complete opposite ways. PSU is about CC and tanking, Infinity is about burst damage and damage prevention. There we go, yeah. So you're here now. Okay, so what do you have? You have Trident Crusher, which is a pretty nice spear. Yeah, this is basically the, if you like, the Sumakiri J sword. It's not Sumakiri J sword, but it's basically the same thing. Yep, Sinnoh Gold Bloods. Emperor Axion and Serpents. Yeah, she's alright. This guy's favourite weapon. I mean, I don't think the actual Sumakiri J sword is in this, as far as I'm aware. Sealed J sword is, but as I said earlier, you can't unseal it. Which, yes, is very weird. Oh yeah, also, yeah, on this quest, don't walk outside the laser fences. It's bad. I mean, Zatara is already getting 2 levels. I have restaurant both those, that's fine. If I had any idea how to hack or mod the game, I would 100% make the J-Sword unsealable via grinding like the meat weapons. I think they changed the description on the sealed J-Sword, so it's something like many have tried to unseal it in the past and all have failed. What's up, dudes? Hey, would you search this spot? Searched. Also, Bruce is here for some reason. It's hard to unseal a weapon if next to no one ever owned it, I guess. Yeah, you are not wrong. Okay, so Otori Castle. This could be interesting at level 7. How multiplayer? So we are doing it through an emulator. So the emulator I'm using is called PPSSPP. And you basically just want to enable the wireless settings in the emulator. And then you access the multiplayer via the multi-mode, not by the internet multi-mode. But yeah, we have Ilgils, by the way. At a high level, they're as scary as PSO. can't remember if they can instant kill you in this, but they do so much damage anyway, it barely matters. Also, yeah, escape dolls are rising this, by the way. Planet Harakatan. Yeah, also, if you are a PSO fan, this game is like a love letter to PSO. The amount of PSO weapons, enemies that are in this is ridiculous. Okay, so I guess we go this way. Oh yeah, also, yeah, those traps, by the way, are there to kill you if you don't kill the enemies in time. How's the single player of this? Really good. Story's pretty interesting. There is a ton of stuff to hunt. It's generally just really fun. If you've never tried it, I would definitely give it a shot. Oh, is there another way over there? Let's see this way first. Or is that's the way back, isn't it? There's also a mod that allows you to access multiplayer-only missions in solo mode. Yeah, I think Pika sent me a load of mods recently. Okay, so be careful here because that is a trap that's going to activate, I think, when you step on the switch. So when you're ready, we basically need to run. You also need to dodge over these. So, like that. Just downloaded PPS SPP. Where do we download the ROM from? I can't go into where I download the ROM from for obviously legality reasons. Challenge failed. Oh, that must fail if someone dies. I didn't realize that. No worries, Atara, it's fine. That's like over level for you anyway, to be honest, so no worries at all. It got you a few levels. I didn't know that either, so don't worry. Am I doing Infinity Story mode anytime in the future? Possibly. So I did a full playthrough of PSP2 a while back, and to be honest, it didn't really do very well on YouTube at all. It's like some of the lowest viewed stuff I've ever done. So I was hesitant to do the story for Infinity. Maybe a Maximum Attack Infinity. Let's have a look, see what there is. How's it going with the game? Pretty good. Yeah, this is the first time doing PSP2 Infinity on stream. This game is a banger. It is amazing. Yeah, I've never streamed it before, mainly because just getting the multiplayer working was always a bit hit and miss. I didn't really want to do a stream of me just playing solo. I'm gonna get some healing items, no worries. Let's see, what else is that? Egg. Oh god, Bruce's Dungeons in this as well. No thanks. The one most wanted to have the remastered to play with and repair mechanics. It would be nice to have an updated version of this for sure. Single-handedly keeping the Diamond mark alive. I think the story would make more viewers if you do it on stream occasionally between multiplayer stuff and then upload the VODs. Possibly. It's just, I mean, if you watch the PSP2 playthrough, it's a long game really to play through. So I didn't really want to commit to a lot of videos of it if people weren't going to watch it. I mean, I get it. It's a super niche game from, like, God knows how many years ago, but... Right, so what else do we have? So it was that one that we did. Does it even mention about party members dying? No. See, well, so you think it's doing the story might be a stream thing? Maybe. Maybe the Infinity MA version. Which one is that? Don't have that either. Oof. Yeah, I'll have to have a look and see what missions I've got. Right, let's try. Oh, that's on tactical as well, okay. There's definitely some quests that are not showing up on this character compared to yesterday. So I think some of it might be character based. Because I definitely had Goral heroes on my other character. Right, tell you what. Let's do an Infinity mission because the enemy's knees tend to give pretty decent boosts anyway. Maybe I may not have the DLC. That's fine. Right, let's do. What boss are we feeling like? Oh god, Shizuru. You never got to know how the Infinity missions work. So you find these things called mission discs, and they basically have what area the thing takes place in, what boss appears, and what enemies appear, and what kind of level the enemies are at. And you can basically load them or combine them to kind of try and create the missions you want. I mean, oh, it's only level 1 enemies and say that's terrible. I mean, it'll be level +5, so we'll be a bit higher, but still not great. Do I have any with another boss that I am looking for? There we go. Yeah, some of the tactical missions are like promos and stuff. Also, yeah, PSO Forest, by the way. So, and this is specifically aimed at the people who apparently like to have a go at me on Twitter today, who seem to imply that Phantasy Star never reuses assets. I know this is not directly from PSO, but it is directly from PSU. As in this actual map. Seas Forest. to my defense, I didn't know it was going to be Forest when I loaded in. I should point out as well that a lot of the PSO enemies are in this. It's just that because we're doing an Infinity mission here, it picks like random enemies that are generated by the Infinity codes. The forest normally has things like Savage Wolves and Rappies and Boomers. Can you even see the big building from PSO 1? Can you actually see the central dome? I never noticed. You sort of see vague stuff in the background. Surely nothing bad will happen to Rico. Of course not. It was to the north, okay. Well, Zatara's getting some levels at least, which is good. Both PSP games are basically PSU stuff, yeah, more or less. There is stuff that's unique to the PSP games, but... So Infinite missions tend to have quite short blocks because the whole point of them is kind of to get through the boss quickly, usually. Don't worry, chat, Rico is fine on this timeline. And Rico was sort of like, well, and Flower as well, were kind of shoved into the story. But it was only done because this was a 10th anniversary game. So now it's caves. Although the forest music keeps playing, but we have caves. Oh yeah, Nano Dragon, by the way. Also Aztecs, but I think they were in PSP2 as well. Get lasered. Yeah, they've kind of upped the firepower a bit in this game. Also, and if you've played this game, you'll know, lilies are some of the worst enemies in this game. Like some of the lilies, like the ob lilies and mill lilies, are horrific in this game. They will melt you instantly. No, Zatara. Yeah, I know these guys are probably a bit high level for Zatara, but to be fair, you're probably getting really good experience from it, so... I actually really like the Nano Dragons in this game. They look a little bit different, but I like them. Oh, that's dirty, putting a dragon there. He tried to roll, no worries. At least Meggy doesn't insta-kill it, no. The worst ones is, it might be, well, middle lilies are really bad because they kind of fire a beam at you that just rips through your health really quickly. There's also these other ones that appear in one of the areas. I can't remember what they're called now. But they're basically like homing shots that are some of the most irritating things I've ever fought. Infinity with the PSO enemies feels a bit like they tried to do what they couldn't on the Dreamcast. Yeah, possibly. I mean, again, this game, for anyone who doesn't know, this game was released as, like, to celebrate the 10th anniversary of PSO. So because of that, there is a lot of PSO in this game. We're basically power leveling Zatara at this point. Now, this next bit, I mean, it might hurt. I don't know if it'll be both phases, it might just be first phase, but... I told you I had a lot of PSO stuff. Why? He's only level 18 in this, but at high level, Olga Floor will end you. He is probably one of the hardest things in any Phantasy Star that I've fought. He does a lot of the PSO stuff that you would expect, but he does have a lot of new stuff as well. Try to block his sword during the cutscene. I don't know if it'll go to second phase or not, because I know some quests only have the first phase. And with it only being low rank as well, it might only do first phase. So I'm trying not to hit him too much, just so people have a chance to fight him, but... He also has the PSO tradition of just not staying still. Like, at a higher level, it's almost impossible to hit the damn thing because he just moves constantly. Right, this is new. Yeah, it's just first phase, this one. He does have a full second phase with loads of new stuff. In second phase, he also has a unique mechanic where if you play PSO, you'll know there's a part in the Ogre fight where he'll, like, if you let him live long enough, he'll turn entirely orange. If you let him get to that phase, he puts like a curse on you in this game. And if you're familiar with like Final Fantasy, like Doom curses, he basically puts a Doom curse on you that starts at a 999 countdown and counts down very, very fast. And when it hits 0, you die. And I can almost guarantee you won't kill him before the 0. Hi, Mad Hat, I'm gonna see you. But yeah, they did really, really good for Olgaflow in this game. It feels familiar enough so that it feels like Olgaflow, but it also has enough new stuff. Very, very cool fight. Alright, so this is the Infinity mission counter. You can parry Flower and Sword with a shield after the second phase of his. Nice. I can hop off if you want to do some high level stuff. Only if you want to. Yeah, so you do this thing called code synthesis, where you can basically go, like, I want to use... This is where it gets very, very crazy. So you can say, for example, I want a quest that has, say, Zolgug as the boss. And I want to then modify it with another code, which will change certain things. So it will change like the area it takes place in, and it shows you the results on the right, what you'll get. And that allows you to make missions. Would be cool if they also had episode 1 Dark Falls as about. Yeah, it's kind of weird that they only put Olgaflow in. I mean, Falls is technically in, but it's the PSU version. Maybe that's why they did it, because I guess Falls was already in the game technically. So the discs are to make the Infinity missions. Yeah, no worries. Thanks for the party, Zatara. Hope you got a few levels from it. I mean, Rico's still... Yeah, I suppose Rico is still there, yeah. Alright, I'm going to switch character again. Yeah, there's Dulk Fakis, Dark Falls, Dark Falls Final, and Dark Falls Dios. So you have quite a few Dark Falls. Although I will say that I really do not like Dark Falls Dios. Well, I like the design of the boss, and I like sort of how thematic it is and how cool the boss fight seems, but mechanically I don't really like it. Also, it should go without saying, but the title music from Infinity is one of the best in the franchise. Alright, I'm going to go back on Taker because I want to see if I do have those missions. I'm sure I had them yesterday. Right, farm party. How useful is making infinity missions? I found it to be a mess to do ordinary missions. It's good to make them because if you get the right discs, you can basically make it so if you want to hunt a specific thing and you know where it drops, you can try and sort of tailor a mission around that to make a mission that is really, really efficient for hunting a specific thing. There is an English patch here. Obviously, it works fine in Japanese as well, but yeah, there is a full English patch for it as well. I honestly, I can't remember where I got that from, though. It's been a long time since I downloaded it. Right, we'll start this. We can maybe, if you want to try hosting the next one, Pika, we could try. I just want to see if I've got some of those missions on this character. Despise fighting Dios. Also, Infinity has almost as many Darkfalls as his early PSO2. Oh, there you go. So, yeah, the PSP2 Infinity Wiki has the patch. But, yeah, for the ISO ROM, you would need to find that yourself. I cannot direct you to where to get that. Alright, so I just want to say something. Yes, I do need to resell these. I thought I didn't save after I sold them. Thanks for reviving me, Bunch Pika. Okay, I will once again sell these. I have so much stuff and I don't even know what most of it does anymore. Yeah, it's really nice that there is an English patch. Oh, I have forgotten to add some party members. Let's start that now. Let's see. Let's add. Who should we add? We've already seen Colonel Sanders, so... Let's add this random Rappy. Why not? And since we were talking about her, sure. Let's bring Rico. I'd also like to point out that pretty much every NPC is the same level as your character. Rico ignores that and just goes a bit higher, so she's actually level 200. She wouldn't be 200 if I was lower level. I think she's like your level plus a few. Alright, so Clad 6. So yeah, so on this one I have those Goral heroes. I wonder if it maybe only works if everyone has them in the game. Because I'm wondering if maybe if Zitara didn't have them, if maybe that prevents them from showing up. If it maybe does like a DLC check or something on everyone when they load in. I mean, it makes sense, so you can't load a mission that someone doesn't have. Goral Heroes, was that the... What's level 100? I mean, we could try it. I can't actually remember what's in this. Yeah, why not? How hard can it be? Oh no. It'll be fine. There she is, there's Rico. And Rappy, for some reason. See, Rico's fine. Nothing to worry about. I don't remember why this is a random Rappy NPC. Oh god, it makes Rappy noises every time it moves. Rico knows the stuff. I hope so. Okay, I probably don't want to be on that armor. I don't have a good electric armor in this actually, but I do have an infinite armor which is ridiculously busted, so... Let's go to... Yeah, maybe Nostiga on these guys would work. Yeah, there we go. I didn't realise it made rapping noises every time it moved. I feel that might get slightly annoying by the end of the quest, but... Also, as you probably noticed, some of the stuff isn't translated. I think there might be a patch to sort that as well. If you're wondering about the translation though, basically everything in the story and everything is all translated. All the gear is translated and everything. That rapping noise is going to get quite annoying. We have multiple warps. We have VR something stage, VR something stage. I've got no idea which is which. Let's just go to one. To be fair about the rappy sounds, even PSO2, the rappy costumes, had the rappy footsteps play every single step. Oh yeah. Oh, here we go. So I can order my characters here. So what I'd like you to do is... Do you know what? Yeah, you can just go on free mode. And the NPCs will kind of do what you tell them to. More PSO enemies. Isn't this guy a rare one? Yeah, he is. Lutus Jigger. What a name. Yeah, free dumb AI, follow, don't do anything. I think generally the AI is actually pretty decent. They do some stupid stuff now and again. Tell you what, let's put you on heal. No, Rico has an evil curse. I never realised that. Can you also get him to build chain? I can never remember this. Because that would be quite useful. Don't think so. It really depends. The player character AI tends to be good. The story characters are just hilariously inept. Wait, are they all buffed? They are. Oh, I heard a rare. In my experience, the story characters get stuck a lot. Oh, we've got a Dragon Slayer, which is not a Dragon Slayer at all. I believe that is a PSU weapon, isn't it? Thank you for the rare drop. I'm pretty sure it's a base PSU weapon, that. Oh yeah, I remember this. Yes, this is the Dragon Slayer. Again, not Dragon Slayer. I always loved that you could get the enemy auras as a visual unit. Yeah, you could, yeah. I forgot about that, actually. Did you know that the Dragon Slayer might kill a dragon in a single swing? Yeah, it does actually say that. It says that. I mean, it won't, but, you know. Maybe unless it's like a level 1 dragon. Well, it can if you're like 120 levels over it, yeah. It's technical Dragon Slayer. If it said Dragon is like level 1 and you're level 200. So I guess it's not technical Lion. Yeah, I guess we can go this one. No idea where this goes. I can't remember this mission at all. It really is just all PSO enemies. Honestly, Dragon Slayer just reminds me of those Dragon Slayer main builds from PSO2. If you're wondering, the PSO Dragon Slayer is in this game. It's just called something different. Oh, I heard lilies. Oh god, yeah, these are the annoying lilies. Yeah, so these ones have like 3 shots that homing. And at really high level, these are super irritating. Mission looks really fun. I guess don't have it unlocked. Can I ask you how you got it? I got it because I got it when the servers were online years ago, and I downloaded it then. There might be like a cheat package you can get to unlock it, maybe. But yeah, I have it because this is my save file from like 2010. And there were certain download quests you could get, and that was one of them. Awesome, man, there is a lot of money dropping. There should be a DLC pack on the PSP2 wiki. Oh, there you go. Yeah, the PSP2 wiki, I've only checked it a little bit, but it does seem to be a really good resource from what I've seen. Yeah, there is a lot of download content for this game as well, so there was download quests, there was download weapons. But yeah, I hope you guys are enjoying this. I know I've never really streamed Infinity before, just because it was a bit of a pain to get the multiplayer working. Now that it is working seemingly pretty well, I will try and work it into the streams a bit more if you're enjoying it. What is the mushroom summon? So in PSP2 and Infinity, all races have some kind of like special ability. So you've probably seen from the PSU streams that, you know, beasts have the nano blast where they transform into like a beast form. Casts have the SUV weapons where they summon a huge gun. In PSP2, they added what we call Mirage Blasts for humans and humans, and the mushroom is one of the Mirage Blasts. There are like different elemental Mirage Blasts, and I think the mushroom is the ground element one, I think. There's quite a few different ones, and they all attack differently. I don't know if I have that Natura. I have quite a few of the download weapons, but I don't know if I have that one. Oh, Pika got a huge cutter. Nice. Yes, there is warps, but there is also a jump pad. Now I like the idea with the jump pad. Humans can uniquely use the Dark Mirage Blast for increased attack speed. Newman can use the Light Mirage Blast that increases blast gauge charge, if I recall correctly. Nice one. Yeah, I tend to just use... I mainly use the Lightning and Ground ones because they just seem really useful. Fire, Ice, Lightning, Ground are shared. Okay. Choose your poison. I mean, I'm liking the jump pad. I don't know where this is, but... This is a Sonic Adventure level. Right, what have I thrown us into? Dare I ask? Is there any big differences in the races and genders in this? I don't think there's a huge difference. If any. I mean, I've used Newman for most of my characters in this, and I've been able to do basically any class. Oh yeah, so if you like Ilgils, meet Light Element Ilgil. Legally distinct Ilgil. In Infinity, they buffed the Light Mirage Blast to give infinite PP and boost the damage of Nanoblast Infinity Blasts and SUVs. Oh, nice. That's more of like a support one. Yeah, I think I said it earlier as well, but if you're a person who wants a bit of difficulty in your game as well, this game at higher level is quite hard. There are definitely enemies in this game that will wreck you really easily if you don't know what you're doing. I've also just realised how much the enemy levels have jumped up. It said it was 100 plus, we're now fighting level 145, so that seems like a bit of a jump. Stay there. $145 is 100 plus. I mean, it is. Yeah, these do like 1,000 damage to Pika. Correction from earlier, fire and ice break chains, lightning and earth build them. Okay. But yeah, these guys are tanky as anything. Yeah, we'll get Jellin and Zala on those because they're quite scary. A Hedera. Ukarod. I mean, it's something. Rapigo has a chow on a stick. Yeah, that is a weapon from PSO. Yeah, that is a striker with chow from PSO. I also got a Kazarod from the other one. So yeah, the boosted enemies tend to drop rares a lot more often. They have rainbow auras, of course, they're tanky. Yeah, I just forgot how tanky they get. She does have dual red sabers. Yeah, she also has a single one. And I've seen her use an evil curse as well. Also, I guess we now have ruins traps in here as well. Yeah, the NPCs do tend to switch weapons a lot. kind of depends how you order them as well. At the minute, they do seem to be just like hugging near me, which is not particularly helpful. It's like someone was saying earlier, the NPCs for player characters for some reason seem a lot better. I mean, they still support reasonably well. A rainbow white aura is plus 300% HP, plus 1900% rare drop rate, and times 100 Mazetta drops. Damn. I mean, they are quite rare, I guess. Oh. Ryusai Kando. I mean, it's a laser cannon of some kind. But damn the rares. Another one. You know what I was saying about if you like rares? This is the game. Yeah, I think is it 3 levels of aura boosts the enemies can have? There's like the yellowy aura, then there's the pinkish one, and then Ryusai is shooting star, so shooting star cannon. I guess so. I don't think I need multiple. They're only 10 star as well, so don't care too much about them. I've probably already got one anyway, to be fair. Okay, boss. I can't remember what the boss is, and that scares me. Yeah, it's a pretty fun quest, though. I mean, I'm saying that we haven't done the boss yet. That might change. Let's find out. Well, that said Dark Falls. Oh, it's Dark Falls Dios. Oh, no. Why? Well, this is going to be fun. Yeah, welcome to the worst boss in Infinity. Get the music, though. You see, the problem with this fight is I can't remember how to do it. I know you kind of break one of the claws on his legs, but then I can't remember what you do from there. Which is probably an issue. Especially as he's also kind of beating me up as well. Pop all the pimples. I'll try. Stay there, stay there. He really does do a lot of damage. I mean, he's 150. I am like 40 odd levels higher than him, and he's still kind of kicking my ass. Again, what I said about Infinity earlier. It doesn't mess around. Yeah, Nature, I'm not a huge fan of this boss, honestly. You have to chase the cores across the body. Once the cores on the bottom are done, you use the chat command to lift up the arena to go to top. Ah, thank you for that. So I can't tell at the minute, have we broken those ones or not? It's kind of hard to tell. I think they do change visually when they're broken. Oh, damn. He does not mess around. Oh shit, probably doesn't help that I'm wearing light armor. That probably doesn't help. The game never tells you to use the chat command. I knew there was a reason I struggled with this boss before. Okay, yeah, so that one's clearly broken now. That's good. I'd like to point out this is not his normal boss theme. Yeah, if you wanted a Phantasy Star game that's got a bit of challenge to it, yeah, definitely check this out. Look, like he's actually kind of tearing me up, and I'm 40 odd levels higher than him. I mean, I am a force, so I am kind of frail, but not the point. Can you stop? There's always one glowing core that takes additional damage that keeps switching places. I think we've got 2 of them now. Yeah, just do like half my health, that's fine. No worries. I mean, I'm kind of glad it's like this to an extent because it does make Dark Falls feel like an actual threat, which is something that doesn't seem to happen that often, unfortunately. It's epic, but you feel tired of the music and repeat. Yeah, it kind of goes on for a while. Right, there is still one there. Problem is he's so big he does block a lot of you a lot of the time. So I think if we've got all the low ones now, I think we have. It looks like it. Yeah. Okay, so chat command. That says so I'm doing it. Is up. Yeah, so for reasons that don't make much sense, you can just float up here. Now, the slight issue is I don't remember anything from this part of the fight, so I'm now flying completely blind. Sure, I'm going to switch over to Nostiga, actually, because it might do more damage. Stay there. Don't move. There we go. Oh yeah, also when he does that, he knocks you back down, which is really annoying because then you just have to do that and go back up. It's quite annoying. Okay, he's doing something. Yeah, I'm quite glad I didn't stand there. I'll keep hitting the arms instead of the core bit in the middle. Can you not? Back up again. He likes to move around a lot, and the problem is his arms really do get in the way. Oh, he didn't like that. Boss fight is hell because in story mode, because you can't count on the NPCs to make a chain for you, so you can't do more than minimal damage on him dragging the fight on. Yep. It's a cool boss fight in theory. Yeah, the idea of the fight is really cool. Is he dead? Or does he have another phase? I have a feeling he hasn't. Yeah, he has another phase, doesn't he? Of course he does. I think the sort of spectacle of the fight is really good. It's just that the actual mechanics of the fight are not great. Can you not? I mean, the damage he's doing to me here, and I'm wearing like really good dark armor. That's probably not good. I'm probably very dead here. Ooh. He is very, very scary. Yeah, just joking, I've got 6 more phases. Honestly, the whole deal of him just like dropping down, making you drop down immediately is just like really irritating. Oh, he's doing weird stuff again. He is, if you haven't guessed already, he's quite an annoying boss. There is literally no guarantee I can beat this because it's very difficult. Can you stop doing that so I can revive Pika? He's doing weird stuff again. I mean, he's so huge you can't see what he is doing. Yep. Oh, yeah, just hit me with like 1,300 damage. Shiver, dude. Damn. There you go. So that is level 150 Dark Falls Dios. I was 197 and still got beat. I feel like the boss could have benefited from me in a camera perspective. Yeah, I would agree with that. It's just really hard to see what's going on for a lot of the fight. I think one of the things I find most irritating on that fight is that when you're trying to attack his chest core, his arms are also targets for some reason. You do no damage to his arms at all, but they made them targetable, which means a lot of your attacks just get wasted on the arms, which is really irritating. So yeah, Dark Falls Dios is an interesting one. Conceptually, it looks really, really cool. And even sort of cinematically, very, very cool fight. Not a good fight mechanically. Well, we still got good experience, that's the main thing. Does like to point out you can only carry 5 moons in this as well. And skip dolls are a rare. You can normally only carry 1 of them. You have to take an ability to be able to carry 2. Is that Rappy NPC like a Red Ring Rico Rappy? It's called Rappy Core. I don't know if it's coincidental or not. The weapons it uses, I don't think are like Red Ring Rico weapons. It may just be coincidental, but I'm not 100% sure. I don't honestly remember where the Rappy NPC comes from. Right, do I have... Okay, I have 628 escape dolls. That's fine. Yeah, hopefully you can see though how much content there is in this game. For a PSP game, it's kind of crazy. Rappico is one of the trade mission NPCs. We can do MA Infinity 1. Maple Calorie Mate. Yeah, I mean, Calorie Mate is a very real thing in Japan. We can do MA Infinity 1, but not the orange version. So, Max Attack Infinity 1. Actually, yeah, it does say on the bottom there, yeah, escaped all. And then some kanji I can't read, which I'm assuming means not permitted or doesn't work. Yeah, Calorie Mate, yeah, I had the privilege of trying a Calorie Mate when I was in Japan. Unfortunately, I made the mistake of buying a cheese one, and it was absolutely disgusting. Okay, level 110s. Yes, it is SOCOM, yeah. Good to see you, Gary, as well. Yeah, the other thing about the cheese Calorie Mates is they really, really smell. I mean, it's the smell of cheese, of course they do, but it's overwhelmingly strong. Okay, again, I do not remember this, but there is a BGM button. What can I play? I mean, if you give me that option. Also, hi Hugo. I don't know why you're here. Tell me more. Sad they don't have Eggman in this. Yeah, Calorie Mates, I think they're in MGS Snake Eater as well, aren't they? Oh, Ob Lilies, here we go. So Ob Lilies in this don't really do megas, they just fire like light beams. But they are incredibly annoying. Yeah, so the light beams they fire basically just continually stun lock you. You'll learn quite quick from playing this, particularly when you get to higher level. The game is not fair. Hi Hugo, I don't know why you're here. Isn't that basically Hugo in half of PSU's story? Yeah. You're not wrong. I'm very glad it has Trick Track as an option for the music. Yeah, I'm hoping we don't get any Millilly spawn. Millilly, I don't think is really a rare enemy in this. But, yeah, it's not nice if it shows up. Oh, I heard a rare. This game without PSP's lagging weapon switching would be heaven. Yeah, that's one of the only downsides. There is a little bit of lag. A Viper, brilliant. Yeah, there is like a little bit of weapon switching lag, so if I switch to this weapon, I can't use anything immediately when I switch. That's not an intended thing, it's just that the text on your weapons take a little bit to load in. It's only like a second or so. And once it's done it once, it's fine for the rest of that block. Now, again, you've got to remember that it was on PSP. The PSP is not a powerful console. Viper my first S-rank weapon back when I played. I will say Viper is a cool looking handgun. I like how it looks. Great camera view there again. Thanks for that. But yeah, the lilies are much worse when there's a big spawn of them of say 4. Lucia is not an NPC, no. Gimlet. Okay. I think that's a dagger. Yeah, I can assure you that Lucia is not an NPC. Oh, they got a rage ton for nice. Alright, is that a 10-star? Yeah, let's just discard that. I can discard these as well because I know I've already got them. Yeah, it's worth pointing out that so you can make NPCs of your friends' characters if you have their partner card. But in this case, Lucia is an actual player. I forgot about these guys. I'm not liking the fact that everything is on fire. Let's try and stay here if I can. I do want that rare though. The other way you can tell they're not an NPC as well as if you look at their level. So NPC characters will normally be the same level as your character or maybe a couple of levels higher. So you can see, for example, if you look at Rapiko is level 197, which is the same as me. Rico's 200 because she's a little bit higher than you. Shuriken, I do not need that. Most NPCs are your level. Some stronger ones are like 3 or 5 higher, and Flown is 20 levels above you. Now, I'm going to assume... I don't think it takes a genius to figure out what's going to happen here. The name of the red girl. The red girl is Rico. That is Rico from PSO. Right, are you ready to run, Pika? Run. I'm going to assume it can't turn corners. There we go. You think Rico was the Rappy? No, Rico is the girl in red. Rappy-ko is the Rappy. Rico's also dead. I think she got flattened by a boulder. There's quite a lot of enemies in this quest. I mean, it is a max attack quest, I guess. Also, apologies if you can hear an alarm in the background. There's I think there's a house alarm going off outside that I can just about hear. Yeah, it's just to confuse you. Yeah, we've got Rappy-ko and Rico. Yeah, if you've not played PSO, Rico is a character from the original PSO who shows up again in this. With how much lightning you throw around, could you call Take of the Storm that is approaching? Maybe. Great song, by the way. Oh, there is something here. It is a Rappy. I believe that might be Rappy Core. We've cloned. Q. Okay, that alarm outside is getting very annoying. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but I'm very, very aware of it. Okay, go on. What boss we fighting? Dilla Brevas. That's the new boss from Infinity, I think? I can't remember how to fight. I say new boss. It's a game from 2010. You know what I mean? Yeah, I like this guy. He looks cool. Definitely one of the cooler dragons. There are a lot of dragons in these games. Suddenly Monster Hunter. It does look a bit like a Monster Hunter monster. Yeah, I'll say that. How do you feel about mushrooms? There you go. Morph has wings for... has arms for wings and blades for fingers. Talk about edgy. He is. He really is. I'm trying to get to Pika. There we go. This in the Thunder seems like a Monster Hunter monster, yeah. It's very similar. He's like a budget Astalos. Or maybe not as angry. Actually, he does look a little bit like Valstrax, yeah. If he starts dive bombing me from the sky, then I'll be worried. So the tornadoes just never kind of end, huh? I guess I think you can actually attack them to get rid of them. Okay, I know I said about dive bomb me from the sky. I didn't mean it though. There we go, he's back in the room. At least it's not Fang Bantha. What, jumping you from the trees? Okay, I healed that and nothing happened. Thank you. I don't know what happened there. He is very strong considering he's only level 114. Maybe he's buffed in this quest or something, but he does feel very strong. I mean, he just nearly killed me. At least it's not Mr. Umbler or Esker Ragnar. Oh god, this Rare's pig is dead and they're on the other side of the room. It's probably not good. There really is a lot going on. Yeah, I think you can target the tornadoes technically to get rid of them, but it's just kind of a pain to deal with them. Can you not? There we go. Yeah, he's quite scary for a boss of that level, really. Alright, Psychic Shield, no idea. Right, Nightmare Blood I've already got. And Luminous Wave I've already got. I mean, I'm not really going to find anything in these quests, but... yeah, very scary boss. Also, Hugo's here. You could have helped out. There's quite a lot of type points from it. I guess it is max attack. Only flaw of this game is that the party size is 4. Yeah, I guess that's probably down to the PSP limitations, I'm assuming. Again, you know, it would be nice to see them, yeah, bring this back. That would be nice. Like I say, I think the next chance we've got for Phantasy Star really is probably next year with the new Sega Universe initiative that they're doing. You know, Phantasy Star is 40 next year. So there is a chance they might do something for it, but I mean, I said that for 2025 for PSO and we didn't really get too much. So maybe I should just shut up and not say anything and then maybe we'll get something. Yeah, honestly, I don't think there is many flaws with this game, really. There's a few cheap enemies, like you've seen. Party size being 4 is a bit of a limit, but again, it's probably down to more of a PSP limitation. It is, yeah, I mean, yeah, like Yami's saying there, like 4 players is kind of the standard for Phantasy Star, for sure. For the online games. PSU was kind of a bit of an outlier for that, really, just randomly increasing it to 6 members. I mean, I guess with PSO2 and NGS, it kind of depends on if you're doing multi-party stuff. Can I add another weapon? Well, more importantly, can I add any more Fortnite? Because that will probably impact a lot of things. Okay. Oh yeah, so you can also learn 142 Fortnites in this game, as opposed to, is it 32 or 36 in PSU? Also, does this say how many times I have done Rebirth? Don't know if it does. You have enough space for all of the Fortnite in this game. That's how it should be. Imagine a party of Flowen, Rico, Ethan, Amelia, and Nagisa and your character. You can switch cards with dual handguns and go bonkers with Heaven Punisher. Fine, let's do it. Yeah, because I never really use cards, so... So, decrease the rank. Give me twin machine guns or twin handguns. Please tell me I've got enough points for this. Oh, it's over. Right, where is my Heaven Punishers? It'd probably take me till the rest of the stream to get to them. It's probably for the best that you have 2,000 spaces, because I guess for melee weapons in particular, you probably need 6 of everyone. Hold square to go fast. Wow, it's like a new world. I did not know you could do that. Thank you for that. Run on too fast now. That's rifles. Rifles, shotgun, or... Oh yeah, I do just want to point out quickly, where is it? That is meant to say Gigi Bazooka. Why are we like this? Why do we consistently mistranslate stuff? I mean, I guess that's probably the English translation stuff, but they could have just looked at PSO. Right, where is it? Why are we here just to suffer, exactly? It's kind of insane, this game just, you know, I've got a gold miller just sat in the stash, you know. Where is it, though? Jill Misteltine. There we go, Twin Heaven Punishers, nice. They're not grinded or anything, but... I mean, I could just do that now. Clementine also feels like that, yeah. They ported over most of the PSP2 item translations, so it was probably wrong over there too. Ah, fair. Pretty sure you have gold melee U plus. I know I've got a... I think I've got a gold or a... I might have gold U plus. What do I want? Probably just power bullets. Yeah, sure. I guess I can grind these now. Because it's a new world compared to PSU. I would now like to show you the grinding process in Infinity. There you go. No PA limit. You are limited to 142 PAs, which someone on YouTube said that is probably all the PAs in the game. Now, it's not cheap doing this. It is like over $1 million a grind for this. But, yeah, rip my money. I mean, I do have like 46 million left, so I think I'll be alright. Well, I wish grinding was just like this in other games. You know, don't need any grinders, don't need to worry about failing. It's lovely. It's the rare grinding win. It is a lot of money. Okay, then can I extend it? Use an extend code will upgrade it to S grade. Only a high level character will be able to equip it. I mean, it'll give more stats, I think, so yeah. You need an extend code, damn. I can't probably get the extend codes now. It's okay, do I not need one? I will say I don't have the mod installed yet, so whether it will do Divine Punishment yet, I don't know. I don't know how it works out, the divine punishment on this. Don't extend it, okay. You can extend weapons long psycho wand. Yeah, extending is basically a way to... It just gives you like extra stats. You can check if you have 15 extend fragments and exchange them in Rapiko's trade mission. Let's see. I've got loads of stuff with me, so... I've got 2 extend fragments with me. Oh, then I need to be level 180 to use it, okay. Let's just check storage and see if I've got more extend fragments. Okay, I have quite a few extend fragments. How can you get extend codes and extend plus? The extend fragments you get from apparently the Rapiko trade mission. I don't know for extend plus, I can't remember. Alright, well, let's just try it and see if it does divine punishment. I don't know what triggers it in Infinity. Whether it's based on like system time or anything, or... This game started the exchange blight that curses NGS to this day. Yeah, to be fair, it's only got worse with every game for that. Right, let's go... Let's do an easy open mission. Sounds good. Brought some more tube. You can exchange 5 extend codes over at Rapiko's for 1 extend infinity code. Oh, fair enough. Thank you for that as well. Again, I played this game a lot, but I have not seriously played it since about 2010. So, I've forgotten a lot of stuff. Let's do... How do you connect it online? So I'm using the PPSSPP emulator. If you're using the latest version in the wireless settings, there's an option you can turn on there to like enable the wireless LAN. And you just use the server. It's probably going to default to it, but it's the socom.cc server. And if you do that, it should hopefully connect. Played to 150 solo, I just mostly sit in the wiki. Alright, let's do... Yes, that one, because that's a bit of a different boss. Yeah, also apparently, Pico was telling me this yesterday, that apparently the drops that you get are based on what class you are. So it's sort of section IDs, kind of. Also, yeah, Barbarous Wolves, by the way. Alright, let's get the heat out. Is it going to do divine punishment? Oh, it is. It's over. I genuinely didn't know that this did divine punishment in Infinity. This has been sat in my storage for about 10 years. I also don't know why they called it Twin Heaven Punishers, because it's blatantly Mil Marteau, but... Although I guess that's a weird thing, because I guess in PSO, although it was Mil Marteau, it was the wrong model. Because I could be wrong, but in PSO, I'm pretty sure that it just used 2 Heaven Punisher models, but I could be wrong. It switches between normal shots and divine punishment depending on an in-game value. So obviously in PSO it was determined by time, wasn't it? Like internet time. I mean, this seems very good. It is staggering the hell into just unlocking everything. Also, yeah, force using a Heaven Punisher, by the way. There's some cool guns. Yeah, these are probably some of the best guns, I reckon. Although I will say I am missing a lot. That is probably because of, you know, force accuracy. Probably better used on a ranger, to be fair. If the clock shows even hour numbers when you start the quest, you get divine punishment, otherwise you get normal shots. That is very weird, because I wonder how it does it for emulation then, because obviously on the PSP it would go by the PSP's native time. Because if it goes in your system time on PC, the time here is currently starting with a odd hour number. Milmator looks like 2 Seas, but it has the back part of the go up like a Heaven Punisher, so it is a unique model. Oh, okay. Oh, well, fair play. So this is just 2 Heaven Punishers, isn't it? Okay. In that case, then why didn't they add Milmator? Emulator usually takes your system time. There is a mod that removes the requirement and just makes it a divine punishment at all times. Nice. Built-in divine filter, nice. Yeah, I think Pika sent me some of the mods yesterday, so I need to get them installed. Although, it does appear to have changed. It's now firing normal shots. So if I do that again, it now appears to be firing normal shots. Charge Shot 1 gives you a stronger divine punishment, while Charge Shot 2 does nothing special. It does appear to have stopped doing the beams. Maybe I've broken it. Because that is just firing normal bullets now. Oh well, it's cursed. Well, back to staggering everything this is under. You see some skilling with a 60 FPS playthrough. Is it possible? There is like a mod cheat you can activate in PPSSPP to make the game run at 60 FPS. How am I playing multiplayer? First of all, hello. I am playing it through, so the emulator I'm using is called PPSSPP. And I've said this a few times, but you basically go into the wireless settings on the emulator and enable the wireless LAN settings. You want to set the server to socom.cc and it should work. This was my first experience with the Phantasy Star series. Oh, nice. Great game to start with. We might need a bot command for multiplayer if this continues. Yeah, I will consider it for next time. Right, are we doing divine punishment again? No, so I guess it's just broken now. Maybe because the time is now an odd time. Or maybe it recalculates per block or something. I don't know. But yeah, if you just started Phantasy Star with PSP2 Infinity, that is a very, very good one to start it with. Probably one of the best games in the series. Oh, come on, do Divine Punishment again. It was way cooler. I think my Heaven Punisher is defective. Ankh-Dedder. I don't think I need one of those. I prefer to start with the Portable 2 single version and felt the castability is better. Yeah, I think, I mean, don't get me wrong, Portable 2, the base game Portable 2 is really, really good. Even if you start there, that is a really solid game to start with. It was my first ever Phantasy Star and what made me enjoy it so much. So, have you played other Phantasy Star games since? I've got to say the wolves look very weird in this game. Also, I'm fighting ice enemies. I should probably use some fire attacks for a change. Yeah, full verse is very cool. You basically just stand next to an enemy and just build chant. Played Phantasy Star 2 Japanese server mostly, and then a bit on the global server. I've played PSO Blueburst and played the Genesis and the original PSP2. Nice. To be fair, the game was designed around being played on your commute, hence why most missions are like 10 to 15 minutes long. They were designed for train rides, apparently. I can say that, I mean, particularly in Japan, you know, obviously Japan, particularly in the cities, is very much built up around using the train for commutes. So that makes total sense. I'm kind of fine with the mission length in this, honestly. I think it's a nice length. I don't really like it when the missions are too long. That was a very sharp block. Okay, now this boss that I cannot remember at all. Because again, I can't remember if this boss was new in Infinity or not, or if it was in PSP2. I know this area was in PSP2. Maybe the boss was as well. I know Infinity added a lot of new bosses, but I think this might be from base game. I get so confused trying to remember what is new in Infinity. Did you know there's a Digimon game that's like a bad PSO knockoff? I know the Digimon World games, like I know every single game is totally different. I know there is one that is essentially like PSO. Right, you are ground elements, I probably want to change. Oh, I'm so sorry. I mean, if you're a ground element, that means you're weak to lightning. That is a problem for you. So yeah, I can't remember this boss at all. It's one of the most annoying areas with the Metal Gear R boss. Oh, there we go, yeah, so we'll make him collapse. It's very similar to the one you fight in the labs. Digimon 4 World 4 is basically a hack and slash with the same multiple difficulty style grindfest as PSO. Yeah, the only Digimon World game I played is the very first one on PS1. Which I thought was kind of cute. Can you stop spinning? Okay, well, he didn't last too long. Oh, only A rank, we must have missed something. Yeah, I think the sort of the portable scene in Japan is definitely a lot bigger. Just the way the society is very built around using public transport and everything. So, oh, I got a Mazer beam, brilliant. Pretty sure it's not great in this game as well. Yeah, I think that's how it is. I think quite a lot of people will kind of play one of these games for a while, then they'll move away from the franchise for a couple of months and then come back to it again. And that's totally fine. I think the great thing about this franchise, and I've said this lots of times, is that every game is completely different. So you can just play one game, and if you don't vibe with it, you can just try something else, and you'll probably find one you enjoy. Also, yeah, I'm pretty sure I make most of my money in this from just selling rares, because they actually sell for money in this, for the most part. Some don't like that one. That I do not need. Mazer beam. Fires devastating beams, apparently. Certainly didn't in PSO. Yeah, that's the downside, I suppose. There isn't that many people that replay this online. You kind of have to know someone else who plays it. I mean, again, for what it's worth, anyone that is watching, anytime I stream this, you know, the lobbies will always be open. I'm not bothered what level people are. I mean, you know, we had someone in earlier who was like level 4. So yeah, I will play with anyone whenever I stream this, so don't worry about needing to be high level or anything. I will literally play anything. I have low level characters I can use as well. There is some communities. Yeah, I'd imagine it's probably, I think, very niche sort of Discord communities and things like that that would probably play it. You normally find that for games like this. There's probably a PSP2 Infinity wiki, I imagine. Well, I know there's a wiki, but there's probably a Discord server as well, I would imagine. There was a Discord on the wiki for multiplayer, there you go. Yeah, you can kind of always guarantee these games will be relatively well supported. Because the Phantasy Star fanbase, they do tend to really like preserving the older games. There is always a push to kind of keep them playable. Whether that's PSO or anything. If I want to join in a mission with you, what do I need to do? So, I mean, I'll be ending this stream soon, so it won't be today. But next time I play, all you have to do basically is just have your emulator set up properly. So just make sure it's connecting to the right server. Make sure you've got the wireless LAN enabled on it. And then it's literally just a case of going into the multi-mode menu. Not the internet multi-mode, it's just the regular multi-mode. Because we're basically spoofing offline multiplayer. And then all you do is you just search for a party, and my party should show up. You just join it. So yeah, I mean, we'll probably do... I guess we could maybe do one very short mission now. Yeah, maybe got time for like one quick one, like maybe just an open mission or something. But I will be playing this on other streams as well. Obviously, I tend to rotate the games I play on the Sunday streams, so it won't be this every single Sunday. Could always do the first story mission. Yeah, I'll have to think about the story. If people are genuinely interested in me playing through the story on stream, I would think about it. It takes me a lot of effort to understand the most important words. Can you say it in Spanish to see if I can get it? I would if I could. Yeah, unfortunately, I do not speak any Spanish. Maybe we can do Cerulean Titan. Where is that? Oh, Mission Clad 6. Defeat the Coco Meloda. I do not recognize that at all. But sure. I saw there was a Rappy in swim goggles, and I'm here for it. Yeah, no worry, Natura. I mean, anytime I play this game, feel free to join. The boss is immune to attacks from the front. Oh, is it just the spiky guy we're fighting, or is it the crab thing? Because I remember there's a crab boss in this that I really hate fighting. I don't know if it's in this quest or not. We got the rare variant. I'm glad to hear that. It's the spiky ball, okay. Yeah, I know there is a boss, I can't remember the name of it, but I know there is a boss that's like a huge sort of crab thing. And I seem to remember that it grabs hold of the level that you fight it on and like tries to make you slide off. It's super irritating. I really, really do not like that fight. Crab's boss in episode 2. Oh, there we go. There's the Rappies. Rappy Arizona. Which is not at all a blue sand Rappy in shades. Well, in swim goggles. Yeah, please be my favourite mission, the relic site. Yeah, I mean, if you get to play next time, we can do some relics. Blue sand Rappy, and it's still as much of a critting critter as it was back in PSO. Yeah, the sand Rappies in PSO are kind of no joke. Like, if you go into Ep 4 at quite low level, they will end you. They crit all the time. Well, that wasn't obvious, was it? Alright, the next spawn, I'm going to find out if we got Divine Punishment or not. So if it goes on whether the hour is even or odd, then I should not have Divine Punishment. If it goes by system time. Yeah, okay, so we don't. So yeah, I guess maybe in the last quest, maybe I started it just before the hour rolled over. And that would explain why I got Divine Punishment originally. But yeah, high level strats, by the way, you can literally just use full verse and then just stand next to something. Also, another little improvement from PSU. If you have any walls like that where you need to break them, you just need to go into first person mode. Now you don't need to equip any goggles to do it. You have goggles by default. As they used to say, cast for verse, go forward. Always wanted to place but never got the chance. I think a lot of people are probably in the same boat, looking. You know, again, because this version of the game will only released in Japan. Yamata Misaki. I remember hunting that in PSU. Yeah, I was asking why it wasn't released in the West earlier on, and the consensus seemed to be that PSP2 got pirated like crazy. So maybe they just didn't want the same to happen to Infinity. We are doing multiplayer at the minute, yeah, so if you use an emulator for it, there is a way to basically spoof the online. What we're essentially doing is we are basically... You're basically tricking the game into thinking that it's like a local multiplayer game, like a LAN game. You can do that through the emulator. Then that allows people to join as online multiplayer, essentially. It is still done by peer-to-peer, so... And there won't be a huge amount of people that will play it, but the option is there. I see a fellow Brazilian is playing. Oh, these guys are fire. I should probably switch. Yeah, I would definitely recommend checking out if you haven't played this before. As I've said it earlier in the stream, but it's probably one of the best Phantasy Star online games. Just because of the sheer amount of content in the game is ridiculous. To give you an idea, this character alone I have played for well over 700 hours on a PSP game. And I have several other characters with 100, 200, 300 hours. Rico is a NPC. So yeah, it's registering Rico from PSO. She is an NPC you can unlock. As is the Rappy. Oh, more jump pads. I don't know how well you can hear it, but when you use the jump pads, it's like a really funny sort of springy noise. It kind of sounds a bit like Sonic. The Rappy is wielding Rappy weapons. Yeah, so if you listen, you might hear it. There's like a springy noise it does. Want to ask, what do you prefer, Infinity type games or PSO type games? I think I said earlier that PSO on the GameCube will always be my favorite of the online games, but that a lot of that is nostalgia. A lot of that is just because I started with PSO on the GameCube. I put a lot of time into that game, and I have a lot of good memories of playing PSO on GameCube. In regards to the actual game itself, though, I mean, this is probably a better game, technically. But I think if I had to choose one, I'd probably pick PSO just because I've always liked it since I was younger. PSO is my favourite game forever. Yeah, that was the Rappy. What we've got? Orpa Weave, that's kind of terrible. What's that? Skip doll. I mean, I'll take it. Used to play as Rico and PSO BB, nice. Oh, you got a Vrista, nice. Yet more PSO weapons. Yeah, if you like PSO looking, there is a ton of PSO stuff in this game. So this game, it was done, I don't know if you know, but it was done as like a 10th anniversary celebration for PSO. So there are tons of PSO weapons in the game. There are loads of PSO enemies, and there is a PSO, but there is two... Is it two PSO bosses I can think of? There's the dragon from PSO and also Olga Flow as well. I remember the original PSP2 had an issue where you couldn't pick up spare escape dolls. Infinity just puts them straight into storage, yeah. Yeah, Draka, I noticed that when I was checking it with Pika yesterday. Am I right in thinking that the Twin Saber animation is unique to this? Because I'm sure it's different to the one in PSU. In this, it feels like you hold them out to the sides more. That's crazy if they made unique animations for this game. I mean, I guess there is unique animations, because I suppose when you cast with the rod as well, you can kind of combo the cast animation. So I guess it does have unique animations as well. Which again, they did not have to do. Yeah, it's nice that the spare escape dolls just get sent to your storage. It just means that you're not wasting ones that you can't pick up. And again, just a reminder, it is very nice to have a 2,000 item storage. But yeah, just before I end, just because I know there's been a few new people in, I will quickly show just a few of the PSO weapons that are in the game. I've got some titles, cool. Yeah, so the game also has a full log, so it has a log of all the creatures. So just to show them, where is it? So Olga Flow first phase, Olga Flow second phase. There is also somewhere PSO Dragon as well. And then for weapons, I'll just show a few, but yeah. Sealed J-Sword, Madame's Parasol, Madame's Umbrella. That is essentially the Sumakiri J-Sword of the game. It's a different weapon, but it kind of works the same, sort of. I have a lot of enemies defeated. Yes. Yeah, I've played this game quite a lot. I mean, I've done the dragon 261 times. But then, yeah, Darkfall's Dios 4 times, Yaros 3 times, because they're both super annoying. So where's that annoying? Yeah, that boss, that is the boss I absolutely hate. But yeah, you got loads of things. So if I go Twin Sabers, you have... Where is it? You have Twin Durandals, Dual DBs. You have Dual Kusanagis. You have Dual Elysians, Dual Lavis Cannons. You have that which is Limdagen and Excalibur. Do I not have Sangayasha in this game? Twin Red Sabers. Oh, I don't have Sangyasha. I should probably sort that. Yeah, the Elysian Sword is the one from PSU, I believe. Let me check. I'm sure it is. Oh, yeah, also, Soul Eater, Soul Banish. There's swords in this for some reason, but they're there. Zanba, Last Survivor. Dragon Slayer is brown in this, but then there's a purple version called Duran Slayer from another boss, which is the PSO Dragon Slayer. That is the Agato from PSU. And that's the Elysian from PSU. So yeah, there is a lot of weapons, a lot of things to collect. Yeah, I think I will probably end there for today. I hope you guys have enjoyed Infinity. I know it's the first time I've actually streamed it. If you have enjoyed it, I am more than happy to do more streams of it in the future. And again, the parties will always be open, so if people do want to drop in, that is totally fine. Dragon has some really good drops. Yeah, I'd probably spam the hell out of it. But yeah, I will end there for today. Yeah, thank you again, Pika, for joining as well. Really appreciate it. There will be another stream on Wednesday, which will be more Chrono Trigger. There won't be a video this week, I don't think. I think the video is probably going to be the following week. And then next Sunday, I think next Sunday will be... Will that be Rare Drop Week on Affinia? So we might do a PSO. If I've worked that out right, I think it's Rare Monster Week at the minute. I believe. So if it's Rare Drop Week, we'll do PSO. But yeah, next stream will be Wednesday for Chrono Trigger. So yeah, whatever you're doing, if you have enjoyed the stream, please consider either liking or subscribing. On YouTube, you can also subscribe on Twitch if you want to, or follow. It's Rare Enemy Week right now. Okay, so that means that by next Sunday, it will be Rare Drop Week then. Cool. Yeah, so we'll do a PSO next Sunday then. You can also follow you can follow on X or Bluesky, and I do have a Discord server you can join as well. On YouTube, there should be a link to the Discord in the description, and on Twitch, it should be just underneath the video player as well. So feel free to join us on the Discord if you haven't already. But yeah, if you've enjoyed Infinity, I will try and stream it again. I'll try and start working into the schedule, and we'll play it every few weeks or so. Hope you've enjoyed this sort of first look at it if you haven't seen it before, and I'm really excited to play more of it. Yeah, whatever you're doing, have a great week, and I'll see you guys on Wednesday for some more Chrono Trigger. See you guys. I'll wave. Go on then.